The oppression in Syria is finally over. It's finally over. It's finally over. After more than 10 years of war in Syria, Syria is free again. Syria is free again. It's the end of the whole Assad family in Syria. So first things first, Syria is now free. Obviously, I said I can't get sick of saying that slogan. Really, I can't get sick of repeating that. Syria is free, and very proud and happy of what happened in Syria. And what happened in Syria is a show that we can't lose faith in Allah, because there may have been an instance where some people may have lost faith in having justice in Syria. But no matter how long it takes, even if it's not in this world, even if it's in the next world, justice will always prevail. Allah is the most just. I remember in Jordan, when I was living there, how I remember in the beginning of the Syrian civil war, when we saw so many Syrians coming into the country. I have some of my best friends are from Syria, and how they were coming to Jordan to escape the tyranny of Bashar al-Assad. He was torturing his people, killing his people, chemical bombs, massacres, mass rapes in prison, mass people imprisoned, tens of thousands of people in imprisonment for no reason. They have actual crematoriums inside of these prisons. You just imagine how oppressive these prisons are. They have a crematorium. There was one guy who said that there are salt rooms to preserve the bodies because they didn't have enough fridges, because there were so many people getting killed and executed there. So some prisons have crematoriums, some prisons have just salt rooms where they put the bodies and just leave it there. It's crazy. So many years we were hoping for good in the Middle East. This is the first time in so many years that we finally hear good news from the Middle East. And I just can't express the happiness that I have for the Syrians, for our brothers in Syria. I'm extremely happy. I'm ridiculously happy. I'm still processing the whole thing because it happened so fast, and Bashar al-Assad is out of the country, ran away to the filthy Russians. He went to Russia. The Russians who are murdering people in Syria, barrel bombing people. The Russians who butchered the Chechens. The Russians who fought Afghanistan. How many losses are you gonna have, Putin? How many losses are you gonna have? Loss after loss after loss. I mean, when are they gonna give up? Just give up already. Like, you're never gonna win. But yeah, I remember when I was a child in Jordan and meeting all these Syrian people who were escaping. It's so surreal just being in a time right now where all these Syrians have an opportunity to go back to their country and rebuild. There's probably 8 million, I think there's about 8 or 10 million internally displaced Syrians, and then there's like another 8 to 10 million displaced Syrians outside of Syria. So it's like all these people can go back to their homes now and rebuild. It means a lot. And the victory in Syria means that we will have other victories in the Middle East against evil, against oppression. I really sincerely hope that Abu Muhammad al-Julani, I pray that he keeps to his word and protects the minorities that are in Syria, protects the civilians. So far he's been keeping to it just fine, because so far we've seen that no one has been killed from the Christians. Even the Shia areas, they've not been touched. The Alawi areas, nobody's been killed. There's been some civilians killed by Russians, barrel bombing, like bombing civilians before the whole country was taken. And then the Syrian army was also bombing civilian areas just to get like last minute kills. I don't know what the idea behind that is. It's really brain dead. At the same time, 3 Kurds were killed. 3 Kurdish militants from the PKK, YPG, whatever. That's gonna be another issue. I'm hoping that the Kurds lay down their arms like they did in Iraq, because if they do that, then Syria can be united, and Syria can be rebuilt by all of its people, all of the minorities in there, including the Kurdish people. But I don't like these militant groups. I don't like the Kurdish communist militant groups. I don't support communism in any way, shape, or form. And these communists happen to be extremely Zionist as well. So it's like two of the worst mixed together. Like, I'm hoping that the Kurdish people who are not communists, which make up the majority, by the way, majority of Kurds are not communist. Majority of Kurds are just a very nice, awesome people. Like them a lot. I like them a lot. I have a lot of Kurdish friends. And I'm hoping that Syria has many better days to come. Right now it's the first step. It's a new beginning. I hope it's a new beginning, and we will be watching their career with great interest, as Senator Palpatine said in. So that's my whole take on the whole thing right now. I'm still celebrating. I can't stop celebrating. I'm gonna celebrate for 3 days probably. I don't know how long, but I'm gonna keep celebrating because this is just amazing. Just amazing seeing all the happiness out of everyone in Syria. Not just the Sunnis, yeah, not just the mean evil Sunnis. No, but there's also happiness out of the Shia, and also out of the Alawis, and out of the Christians that are there, the Druze. Who would have thought, right? It's just that everybody was so sick of Bashar al-Assad, including his own people, including his own sect, which is the Alawis, including them. Everyone is sick of him. So I'm hoping inshallah that there's gonna be a lot of good days now for Syria. It's as if like my own country's been freed from oppression. That's how I feel. And I'm very happy about this news, and I'm hoping for better days.